Hello guys, it's the Unclear 999. Today's video is about small versus big families. A small family and a big family with 6 or more children offer two very different worlds, each with its own set of challenges, rewards, and dynamics that shape the lives of everyone involved. In a small family typically consisting of 1 or 2 children, there is often a stronger sense of individualized attention and emotional closeness between parents and each child. Resources such as time, money, energy, and educational opportunities can be more concentrated, allowing for a more tailored upbringing. Parents in small families may be more capable of closely monitoring academic performance, emotional well-being, and extracurricular growth. Vacations are easier to plan, daily routines more manageable, and the home environment often feels calmer and more structured. However, small families can also face unique drawbacks. Children might feel lonely, lack social stimulation, or be burdened with the high expectations that come from being the sole or primary focus of their parents' hopes and dreams. There may be less exposure to the dynamics of sharing, conflict resolution, and compromise that are naturally ingrained in larger families. On the other hand, big families with 6 or more children are vibrant ecosystems bursting with constant energy, noise, interaction, and shared experiences. Children in large families often learn early how to navigate social environments, negotiate for resources, and function as part of a team. There is rarely a dull moment, as siblings provide built-in companionship, playmates, and sources of emotional support. While parents may not be able to give each child as much individualized attention, children often develop a strong sense of independence and responsibility. Older siblings typically take on mentoring or caretaking roles, which helps them mature faster, while younger siblings benefit from the guidance of those ahead of them. Economically, larger families may need to be more frugal, sharing clothes, toys, and bedrooms. Vacations and luxury experiences might be fewer, but the trade-off often comes in the form of lifelong sibling bonds and a deeply rooted sense of community and identity within the family. Conflicts may be more common, but so are opportunities for learning patience, forgiveness, and teamwork. Big families also instill a sense of shared culture and traditions that can become a source of pride and continuity. Meals together, group activities, and family events often take on a celebratory atmosphere, even if they're modest. However, parents of many children may find themselves stretched thin, emotionally and financially. Keeping up with school, events, medical needs, extracurricular activities, and household chores can feel overwhelming. Still, for many, the rewards of a large family outweigh the sacrifices. In the chaos, there is joy. In the noise, there is love. Ultimately, neither family size is superiority. Depends on values, lifestyle, resources, and personal choice. A small family can feel intimate and focused. A large one can feel abundant and lively. Both offer powerful opportunities to shape character, build memories, and define what family truly means. As we continue exploring the differences between small families and large families with 6 or more children, it's important to consider how each structure influences not just individual members but the overall social fabric and long-term well-being of the family unit. In small families, one of the biggest advantages is the capacity to plan and make decisions more efficiently. Parents may find it easier to save for college tuition, invest in extracurricular programs, and offer a wider range of experiences like travel or specialized coaching that enrich a child's development. There is often more time and energy for nurturing individual talents, helping a child explore personal interests, and offering emotional guidance. Communication tends to be more direct and less chaotic, allowing conflicts to be addressed quickly and misunderstandings to be resolved with clarity. In moments of crisis such as illness, academic struggles, or emotional turmoil, children in small families might receive a higher level of parental attention and care, simply because there are fewer competing demands. Additionally, parents in small families often feel more in control and less overwhelmed, which can result in a calmer household environment and more consistent discipline. On the flip side, small families may sometimes carry an emotional burden that larger families can distribute more evenly. For example, an only child or a child with just one sibling might feel intense pressure to succeed or to live up to the expectations of their parents. They may also experience feelings of isolation, especially in households where parents are frequently busy or work long hours. The lack of sibling interaction could mean fewer opportunities to develop social and conflict resolution skills, naturally learned in larger family settings. Holidays and family events may feel less festive or full compared to the boisterous gatherings that often characterize large families. When parents age, the responsibilities of caregiving typically fall on fewer shoulders, which can be stressful for adult children in small families. In contrast, large families with 6 or more children foster a unique sense of community within the home. These households tend to be lively, busy, and sometimes messy, but they offer an environment rich in daily social interactions. Children learn teamwork, sharing, and negotiation simply by living together. They often form tight sibling bonds that last a lifetime and become each other's support system well into adulthood. In large families, no one ever really feels alone. There's always someone to talk to, play with, or lean on during tough times. From a cultural perspective, big families often preserve traditions, religious practices, and storytelling through generations because they engage more people in rituals and family narrative. The act of raising many children can itself become a value passed on, as younger generations see the beauty in large families and continue the legacy. However, it's not all warmth and harmony. Large families face practical challenges that cannot be ignored. Financial strain is one of the biggest. Feeding, clothing, educating, and providing medical care for many children can require a great deal of sacrifice. Parents might need to work multiple jobs or make lifestyle compromises to support everyone. Space can be an issue, especially in urban settings where housing is limited and expensive. Siblings may have to share bedrooms, bathrooms, and personal belongings, which can lead to conflicts or feelings of invasion. Furthermore, individualized attention can be hard to provide consistently. A child who struggles in school or is shy may not get noticed as quickly as they would in a smaller family. Parents in large families often report feelings of exhaustion and guilt as they try to balance being present for everyone without burning out. Still, many who grow up in big families say they wouldn't trade the experience for anything. The laughter, chaos, and sheer volume of life in a large household create memories that are vivid and enduring. Older siblings often develop nurturing qualities and leadership skills, while younger ones learn adaptability and resilience. They grow up understanding that love is not limited by numbers. As adults, members of large families often benefit from strong social networks rooted in sibling relationships, which can provide emotional, professional, and even financial support throughout life. Meanwhile, small families tend to be more future-focused, with greater investments in long-term planning and individual achievement. Parents may be more involved in every aspect of their child's development, from selecting the right school to helping with homework every night. The bond between parents and children in small families is often very strong, and the intimacy that forms can last a lifetime. However, this intensity can also lead to dependency, or make the process of letting go more difficult during key life transitions like moving out or getting married. From a broader societal perspective, both family structures play a vital role. Small families tend to be more economically flexible, which can lead to upward mobility and innovation. Big families, on the other hand, often form tight-knit communities that strengthen social cohesion and preserve cultural identity. When looking at global trends, we can also see that family size often reflects a country's economic status, cultural values, and access to resources. In some parts of the world, large families are still the norm due to agricultural traditions or religious beliefs, while in others, small families dominate because of the high cost of living and career-centric lifestyles. In conclusion, the debate between small and large families is not one of right or wrong, but rather one of lifestyle, values, and personal goals. Each family structure offers unique advantages and challenges that shape individuals in different but equally meaningful ways. Small families prioritize focus, planning, and calm, often creating environments where children can thrive academically and emotionally with deep parental involvement. Large families prioritize connection, teamwork, and resilience, fostering environments rich in relationships, shared responsibility, and communal joy. The best choice depends on what a family values most, whether it has simplicity and control or vibrancy and togetherness. Regardless of size, what truly matters is the love, respect, and support that each family member offers one another every day.